Once upon a time, in a small village nestled deep in the mountains, there lived a wise Zen master named Koji. Koji was known throughout the land for his profound wisdom and unshakable courage. People came from far and wide to seek his guidance, especially when they struggled with fear. One day, a young man named Hiroshi approached the Zen master. He was trembling with fear, his eyes filled with anxiety. He said to Koji, "Master, I am plagued by fear. It paralyzes me, preventing me from living my life fully. Please, teach me how to overcome this fear." Koji nodded, indicating for Hiroshi to sit beside him. The master pointed to a teapot on a nearby table. "Do you see this teapot, Hiroshi?" he asked. "Yes," Hiroshi replied. Koji poured some tea into a cup and took a sip. He then held up the teapot for Hiroshi to examine. "Tell me, Hiroshi, is this teapot empty or full?" Hiroshi looked at the teapot, confused by the question. "Well, it's partially full, master." Koji smiled and continued, "Your mind, Hiroshi, is like this teapot. It can be filled with thoughts, just as this teapot can be filled with tea. But often, it is not the fear itself that paralyzes us. It is the thoughts we allow to fill our minds." Hiroshi pondered these words and nodded in understanding. Koji went on, "To embrace courage and overcome fear, you must learn to empty your mind of unnecessary thoughts. Fear thrives on the stories we tell ourselves, the what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. Let go of these thoughts, and you'll fin." Hiroshi asked, "But how do I empty my mind, master?" Koji replied, "Just as you pour out the tea from this teapot, pour out your thoughts onto a metaphorical table. Observe them, acknowledge them, and then let them go. Breathe deeply and return to the present moment. In that moment, there is no root." Hiroshi practiced this simple technique diligently, day after day. Gradually, he discovered that by emptying his mind of unnecessary thoughts and returning to the present moment, he could confront his fears with courage. Years passed, and Hiroshi became known as a courageous and fearless man. He often shared Koji's wisdom with others who sought to overcome their fears, just as he had. And so, the secret to embracing courage and overcoming fear, as taught by the wise Zen master Koji, was passed down through generations. Empty your mind of unnecessary thoughts, and you will find the space for courage to flourish.